All right, we live.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in for just a second.
You can give it a
You want some ice coffee?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the TBT Squad Truth Be Told panel. We really appreciate you spending time with us tonight. And we are going to be discussing several topics with you. Please keep the chat clean and be respectful to each other and respectful to the host. I'm going to introduce Monica, which is MJ&J family, MJ&J family, and the McRae Kings. But first, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Blogs and Fiction. You guys can find me on YouTube, and I just cover a numerous amount of topics. And you guys probably know Nick, my fiance, that wears a wig. So you guys come and visit me. But I'm going to go ahead and allow Monica 5 minutes to introduce herself and to explain and describe her platform, and then the McRae Kings. Monica.
Hi guys. So my name is Monica. I'm part of the MJ&J family. Um, what my platform is about? My platform is about me as a single mother, with 2 children. We do mukbangs. I also do daily tips with Monica. It's about inspiring women, inspiring people to be the best that they can be. Um, and I vlog my life as a single mom. I vlog my children, the things we do every day. So that's all that I have. Thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate you guys for coming so much.
And the McRae Kings.
Well, hey there. Welcome one. Welcome all. Welcome all current subscribers and welcome all new subscribers. As you come in, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button on all of our platforms. I am His Majesty, and this is my husband Joseph, and together we are known as the McRae Kings. Our platform is to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate you in a positive way. So we thank you for joining us tonight. As I always say, we as a people have evolved, but we will never be able to enjoy the fruits of our evolution until we come together as a people and sit down and have a conversation. Tonight, we are going to have a conversation. So thank you for joining us for a night of truth be told. With that being said, I'm going to turn it right back over to that pretty young lady right up there. Her name is Blogs and Fiction. And thank you, Blogs, for hosting. We really
Yes, thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Blog.
You are so welcome. Guys, welcome in. Let me see your transcript. Love Kings, BJ Good News, Trisha, Penis Habit. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Please make sure that you are hitting the like button. If you are not subscribed to MJ&J Family, please subscribe and check out the TBT Squad. Guys, I'm going to go over the rules of tonight. We are going to have a number of topics that we cover. Monica will have 10 minutes to discuss the topic, and so does will the McRae Kings. Once this timer goes off and the alarm will ring for a few seconds, then it will be time for the next person to speak. You guys, we are going to be answering questions at the end, okay? And thank you guys so much for coming in and joining us tonight. So the first topic, Monica, is political, getting the word out to vote.
Okay. Okay. Well, what do I feel about we as people? We need to, if we want to get our message out there about voting, we have to make sure that we have ourselves covered when it comes to voting. Like we need to make sure, now that we have to have IDs. Make sure you have your ID. It's up to make sure it's up to date. If you need it, it should not be an excuse why you cannot vote. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if someone's in office and you say you don't like their political views, then if you want a change, you have to be about that change. That means you have to get out and vote. Don't make it an excuse why you can't vote. And your job, I know your job's supposed to give you 1 hour to vote. So there should be no excuse why people should not be able to vote. The if the voting precinct closes at 7, you get there. There is a line at 6. Since you was there before 7, you have the right to vote. We need to stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Why we can't vote. It's so many people that's rallying and taking people to go vote. It's so many. Like, I was living in a small community, and this one man was picking people up to go vote. It's so many people that has heart like that to just take people to go vote. You don't have If you don't have a right, it is people that will come pick you up so you can go vote and exercise your right. You have the right to vote. And as I'm going to say, the people of our race, we have to do better about voting. We complain about who is in an office, but we don't do anything but complain. We don't exercise our right to vote. We feel like, hey, well, my vote don't count anyway. Your vote do matter. Your vote does matter. So don't ever think your vote don't matter, because it does. And we have to exercise those rights. That's how I feel. Like, every time we vote, like, publicly for the Senate, whatever, I'm going out there to get to vote, because I know that's my right as a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
To vote. So, guys, please go out there and vote. If you want to change in office, then get out there and vote. And thank you, guys.
You're welcome. The McRae Kingz.
Well, piggybacking off of what Monica said, yes, in addition to voting and getting out there and voting, it is very important for you to vote in your local elections. It is also important for you to know where to put your vote. A lot of times we fall short because when we get the person that we really want in office, they don't have full control. That is because we're not putting our vote where it counts. Now, it is, in addition to voting for the presidency, it is important for you to make sure that you vote for your local Senate and in the Congress, in Congress, because those are the people that make the decisions. They are the ones that make the important laws, and that is important. Those elections happen every 2 years. Make sure that you know when that election is so that you can put your vote in. Make sure you have knowledge of who your congressman is. And if you have an issue that you wish to address, if it's something that is important to you, make sure that you write to your congressman so that they will know what it is that is important to you, so that changes can be made.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, every vote matters, every vote counts. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, it don't matter because my vote doesn't count," and your vote actually does count. I think it doesn't, because just because the person that you may have wanted to win doesn't win, that doesn't mean it doesn't count. It means that you, along with other people, didn't get out there and vote. So when you don't vote, you might as well say you're voting, because probably the person you don't want to win is going to win. And that's what happened this last time. We didn't go vote, and now we're stuck in this monstrosity, and we're the laughing stock of the world because of what's going on around us. So definitely go out there and vote. Your voice can be heard. If you watch me now, we always say, stand in your truth and speak your peace. By sitting back not voting, you're not speaking your piece. Your voice is not being heard. Whether they win or lose, once you push that button, your voice is being heard. This is what you're saying. This is who I want to win.
Right.
Whether they win or not is not up to you. It's up to everybody.
That's right.
it matters when you vote. So I say, don't worry about what other people are saying. Don't worry about not thinking that your vote doesn't count. Go out there and vote and make it happen. And hopefully the best person will win this time.
Yes, and it is your responsibility as an American citizen to put your vote. Understand that. It is your responsibility when you become of age, the voting age, it is your responsibility to place your vote. Don't just say, well, my vote is not going to change anything, because your vote is going to change anything. And also, in addition to that, I just want to plug this. Make sure that you fill out your census forms, because your census forms determine what happens in your community and a whole bunch of other things. Yes, so we need to get the word out there, guys. Election time is near. It is near. If you are not registered to vote, you need to go to your local voter registration in your area and register. It's not too late.
Vote.org, and you can vote there. It'll state you're in. It'll just ask you information, and it'll send you your voter's registration card for the state. And another thing, we as Black people, you have to think. Your grandmother, your great-grandmother, and her mother,
yes,
and grandfathers, they marched for us to be able to vote, and
that's
now
right.
We willingly don't do it. They wanted the right, and now we have the right, and we sit back and say it don't matter. When they couldn't vote, they felt it mattered. Now that we can, we sit back and say it don't matter.
Right.
Get it together, get up, and go vote.
That's
it's
right.
Just that simple.
Get your ass out.
If you don't vote for you, vote for all your great grandmother and her mother before her that couldn't do it. Vote for them. Don't even vote for you. If you feel your vote don't matter, get up and vote for them, because they wanted the right to do what we had the right to do, and they couldn't do it.
That's right.
Well, in this way, I just want to interject because I know it's not my time to talk. I'm sorry. But as well, if you get any kind of assistance from the government, like your local DHS office will help you get registered to vote. Many people don't know that, but your local DHS office, Department of Human Services, they will help you vote, register to vote.
You don't even
there's no excuse why you don't have that.
If you have
capability,
you go to DMV and they'll help you register to vote.
Right.
So you have no reason. You can't say you don't know. You can go to vote.org. You can go down to public assistance. You can go down to DM Motor Vehicle Department. You can do all of that and register to vote. Hell, you can even register on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, so our next topic is police brutality. We're going to go ahead and start with the McRae Kingz first on this one. 10 minutes on the timer. And guys, to the chat, we are going to be answering questions at the end related to the topic.
Police brutality. I can go on all night about this. It has gotten completely out of hand. It has gotten out of control. It's to the point now where it's more visible. It's always happened. It's just now that we have cell phones, and cell phones can record. So now we're seeing it more than we saw it before, because before people weren't walking around with cameras that they could record. Well, there wasn't a camera on the store. There's cameras everywhere now. So even if there isn't a cell phone, a store probably has a camera on the front where you can see somebody being accosted by the police. The biggest issue for me was that shooting that just happened in Chicago. Instead of the police stopping, they drove right past, and people was getting shot laid out in the middle of the street, and they drove right past and didn't bother to stop. And the other time they would stop, but because Black people shooting Black people, they felt, well, there's no reason for us to stop and get shot, so keep moving. I think sometimes and I can't even say that because I've seen videos where people didn't do anything and the cops still roughed them up and beat them up. And I've seen videos where sometimes I sat there and said, you antagonized them. You knew just the mere fact that you were a Black man, what they were going to do, and you resisting telling them you're not giving them the information, you don't have to, was just adding to the problem. So I mean, I've seen it both ways. I've seen it where black men just they like this hit the floor, and the cops start beating him for no reason. And I'm like, well, you mad because he didn't resist? You mad because he felt he? You could tell they were scared already, so they just did. They dropped down and was like, "I'm good," and they still got beat up. It's never going to change until I think if they get more police officers that aren't afraid, because I think that's what the problem is. The police officers are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
They're little boys that grew up and said, I want to be a cop. And then when they became a cop and they have to really deal with criminals, they're scared to death. But they have the authority because they can shoot you. So they want to play cops and robbers like they're little kids, but they really out here killing people.
Right.
If they weren't afraid, there would be no need to just be shooting people, killing them for absolutely no reason.
Yes, and understand this too, guys. There are good cops out there. I come from a long line of police officers. My dad was a police officer. My uncles were police officers. So all police officers are not bad. And, I say this, and understand this. I understand that, there have been cases where people have just, went with just to keep themselves safe, just, sustaining and just doing what the police officer says. Perhaps I think that if we, just don't resist, and in the end, it may come out victorious for you. When you resist, you stand a chance of being looked at in a bad light. So if you are in a situation where you are confronted by a police officer, try to do what the police officer says and try and be safe. And it's great when you take a stand and you say, I'm not going to take this anymore. But think about your family, think about your wife, think about your brother, think about your sister, and just don't resist. And perhaps things may turn out different. And the police will have no ammunition or any reason to do what they do. And use your phone. Use your phone if you feel like you're in a situation where a police officer is treating you unfair. Scream out in the crowd. Tell somebody to record it. If you're able to record the situation, record the situation. That's what these are for. And you as a citizen have a right to request to see the body cam footage. So just use the tools that you need to use in order for you to get justice. And people, get involved in your community when things like this happen. It is important. If there are petitions going around, sign those petitions. If you feel like somebody in your community was treated unfair, go to the police station and demand action, demand something be done. And to those police officers out there, the blue wall of silence has to come down. It has to come down.
Okay. And MJ, Monica, you have 10 minutes on the clock on police brutality.
Just as well, like what Tramel and Joseph was saying, yes, it has gotten worse. Just allow me one moment, please. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay. Again, I want to just kind of remind you guys again what the McRae Kingz has said. If you need any information on voting or if you want to register to vote, it is vote.org. Did you guys have a quick question for the McRae Kingz that they can answer for you while we are waiting for Monica?
I'm sorry, y'all. Mom life.
Hey, we understand. That's mom life.
Yes, we understand.
But as well as what Tramel and Joseph was saying, it was like, yes, police brutality has gotten bad. And yes, it's been going on for a long time, but it's now in the forefront because a lot of people now are not going to accept being mistreated
That's right.
and their family members getting gunned down and killed because of fear. But let me say this to our Black community. We need to stop killing each other. We need to be for each other. We need to stop killing our children. That means with guns. We need to put the guns down. A gang affiliation does not it don't matter when you in the grave, honestly. Um See, with me having a son, I want to make sure when Jamel gets 17, when he gets old enough to live his life, for him to understand that when a police officer pulls you over, I want you to come home to mama. Feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't want I myself, I want him to know when a police officer pulls you over, put your hand on the steering wheel so your hand can be visible. Don't make any sudden moves. Let him know that you have driver license, insurance, or whatever they are. Do not resist. Do not do not get smart. Don't make the police officer feel like he has to pull the gun on you. If you go to jail, that's fine. That's fine. You can get out of jail, but we can't replace your life. So yes, the police brutality is real because of fear of the Black man. And that's real because they feel like we're gonna kill them. Because racism, it could be anything. But we first, it has to start with us first. That's us. We have to start first. And that means we have to rally behind. You see all the Black Lives Matter marches and the marches for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. If we all can come together like that, what kind of movement can the Black people make? What kind of movement? We'll be very fearful because of our voices, not that we're gonna kill someone, because of the voices and the movement we can make.
Yes.
So in order to defeat the police brutality, because they think because if two Black people kill each other, it's nothing. It's just excuse what I'm about to say, it's just another nigga gone. I hate to say it like that, and I don't mean to be mean, but that's how it's looked upon. It's just another nigga gone. So please, guys, let's start with each other first. That means we need to rally up behind each other. Stop being against each other. Yes, police brutality is wrong, but we got to start with ourselves first.
That's right. That's right. Yes, and we can't be divided. We really can't be divided. Right. It doesn't matter, if you don't like the lifestyle or the life of another person, or you don't. It's okay if you don't agree with who I am as a person. But at the end of the day, and collectively, we all are brothers and sisters, regardless whether you like the way I live or you like the choices that the life choices that I make. We are all brothers and sisters. When one of us get shot down in the street, that's that's your brother, that's your sister, and anything else is not important when we're marching together. We have to show this country that we are one, that we are on the same accord. So this Black on Black crime, this Black on Black hate, it needs to stop. It doesn't matter who the person is next to you, what their life is like outside of the movement and what's important. We have to remember that.
Because at the end of the day, we all Black.
That's it.
And whether they kill me and Tramel or they kill your straight brother, they looking at it as a victory because they killed the Black man.
That's right.
That's it. That is it.
But we too busy worried about, well, oh, they didn't kill a black woman, they killed a trans woman. She don't matter. Or, oh, he didn't matter, he was gay. Because, that's how a lot of y'all do. Y'all don't want to own that, but that's what a lot of y'all do. When it comes to trans women or black gay men or lesbians, y'all like, oh, well, oh, that's their punishment from God. No, at the end of the day, we are still black as well.
That's right. Or what were they doing? What were they doing?
Right. Or what were they doing? What did they do to provoke what happened to them?
Right.
At the end of the day, all they know is that we were black and they set out to accomplish what they set out to accomplish.
That's right.
And they not viewing me no different than they viewing you. They not viewing a trans woman no different than they viewing Monica or Blogs. In their mind, a black woman that they just killed. Period.
Yes, and you know what? We won't know until we try. Let's try to make the police our allies in our community. Let's try to sit down and have a conversation with them. When you see a police officer, say hi, say hello, because they go through a course where they have to learn how to interact with us, the people. They have training for that. They have to go through a customer service training. Let's try to make the police officers in our community our allies by engaging with them more in a positive way. And maybe perhaps the blue wall of silence will be taken down. Some of this brutality that we're experiencing in our country will not be so. So many times I've seen videos online where police officers stop and play basketball with the children. Mm-hmm. Remember a couple of years ago, the police officer was doing the Beyonce dance.
Tom and Norman.
That's good policing. And like I said, I come from a long line of police officers. My father, God rest his soul, was a police officer, and he was also a community activist. He also was somebody that contributed to the low income in our community.
And real quick, my cousin is a police officer, and he called me out of the blue because we don't even talk like that. And he had an issue come up around LGBTQ, and he didn't know how to address the situation. So what better yet than to call your cousin? So he called me and asked me, how do I address this? How do I do that? Because I don't want to offend anybody. And I told him what to do. I said, well, this is what you do. I said, if you're not sure, just ask them. I said, most LGBTQ people will not get offended if you ask them how they identify. That's the proper way to do it.
That's right.
I said, and once they tell you, you go from there. And he was like, thanks, man, because I didn't want to offend anybody. So all police officers are not bad.
No, they're not.
For him to even care that much about who he had to address and making sure he used the proper pronouns, that he didn't know what to do because the cops was doing something with an LGBTQ community. He wanted to be able to address them properly. He was like, because you're my cousin, I can't walk in there and be discriminatory towards people when you're my cousin. And I said, you're absolutely right. And I'm glad you contacted me to get the correct answer. So all cops aren't bad. But then again, all cops aren't good either.
Right. And, for those of you that know police officers or have police officers as family members, pass this message on. Copy this link and let them see this video so they may understand that our door is open. We have an open door as a community, that we want to engage in a positive way. We want to look at you in a positive way, but if you only give negative to look at, that's what you're going to give. I'm a strong believer in you get what you give. If you give good, it's going to be reciprocated back to you. They have absolutely nothing else to stand on if it's a bad experience. So guys, if you know a police officer, pass this message on to him. Let him know that you were here tonight in this discussion. And let him know that we didn't speak all bad about police officers. We want people to look at them in a positive light as well.
And also, if you see a police officer doing something good, do the same thing you do if you see them doing something bad. Because that's the problem. Everything on social media is when the cops do something bad. You don't really, very rarely do you find one doing something good because nobody's videotaping that.
Right.
And we just have to do this period as a whole. The same way y'all want to videotape the bad stuff, you got to videotape the good
That's
stuff.
right.
You want to videotape a bunch of women beating each other up. Why don't you videotape a bunch of women that are helping each other, uplift each other, and help each other grow?
Right.
You don't put that on social media, but you want to put women pulling each other's wigs off and ripping their clothes off because that's what you want to portray them as being.
Right.
So when people see that are not black, they sit and say, "Oh, this is all they do all day." They just like that. So why should I? If they beat each other like that, then but that's because we're not showing the positive stuff that we do.
Right.
We got to start showing the positive as well. And I mean, people are going to always show the negative because the negative is what's going to get you views. The negative is what's going to sell. But we got to start showing the positive stuff as well.
Right.
If we want to make a change, it got to begin with us.
That's right.
We can't always look to everybody else to change things for us. We have to start changing in order for change to happen. You can't sit there and say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds and continue to eat the same way because you're not going to lose the 20 pounds. You'll probably gain 20 more.
Right.
But you're not going to lose 20 pounds. In order to lose 20 pounds, you have to change what you're doing and change the way you're eating. So it's the same thing. If we want people to respect us and we want people to take us seriously, we need to respect us and we need to take each other seriously. So people...
Continue to elaborate.
So people, people are not going to take us seriously. Well, other races aren't going to take us seriously if we don't look like we're taking ourselves seriously. It broke my heart. I done seen all these protests. I done seen all this Black Lives Matter. But then I'm watching a video in Chicago. They shooting up a funeral. I saw a lady that was crippled take her cane. I mean, it ain't funny, but she picked her cane up off the floor and took off down the street running because they were running from the gunshot. You can hear in the video the gunshots going off, and I'm like, but I'm sitting, and as a black person, I'm sitting there going, but Black Lives Matter, really?
Right.
Black Lives Matter.
And that's sad.
Yeah, we got to get rid of the ignorance. We have to get rid of the ignorance. Ignorance is not being dumb. It's not knowing and not understanding, not seeing things in a different light.
You on tell blogs?
He's so bad.
I couldn't hold these blogs. I was like running down. She took
no, because
she was she ran there like a tornado girl.
When she was walking down the street with the cane, and when them gunshots left off, that cane was flying with her. I went on playing her because I'm laughing.
I would have did the same thing, child.
I'm laughing, but in my mind, I'm like, you get that adrenaline rush. And I'm wrong with you when something around you is happening and you think you're gonna get shot. All adrenaline comes in. Whatever.
You got to go.
Listen, it's okay for us to laugh. We don't have to be so serious. We sitting at the table having a conversation. Somebody in the bushes is playing cards right now, but they listen to what we saying. Okay.
Amen.
I was just trying to hold it in.
I know she is. I love you so much.
I can see you, Monica, and blogs like had a visual in your head.
Yeah.
Running down. And she people out the way. That was pushing them out the way.
I would have been doing the same thing. I would have been like, y'all better get out of my way. I'm getting ready to get the hell up out of here.
No, what I'm saying is, the shooting was so bad, people driving by wouldn't even drive by. They stopped dead in the middle of the street and they just started backing up down the street. That's how bad
Wow.
And I'm like,
right.
Are y'all serious?
But at the same time, remember what happened in Charlottesville. Remember that? Remember that young lady that lost her life? Remember that. We have to take these visuals and remember them so that they will not happen again. We have to look at these riots and how some of us in our communities, we tore up our communities. For what purpose did that serve? It was nothing positive. We have to learn from these things so that we will not do it again. Let's try to protest in a different way. So, we have to be mindful of that.
True, Tramel.
That's true. Okay, so our next subject.
He's still talking, Block, but it's blurking up. Hold on.
You done?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're done? Okay. It's still
Okay.
okay.
It's still showing him talking, and I'm like, he's still talking.
Yeah, because there's a delay. There's a delay in each feed, so don't pay no attention to that.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
Our next topic is mental health, and we're going to start with Monica first. 10 minutes on the timer.
It's every time. We Jayla, please stop. As with mental health, I can truly say, y'all, if you're going through something and you need to get some help, get you some help. I have to go talk about this Kanye West situation. Kanye need help. You see somebody spiraling like that, he's spiraling. He is spiraling out of control, and he don't want to get his help. If you need to help, don't be ashamed. And don't feel like people are coming against you just because they love you and they want you to be better. If it's something in your mind that you just feeling down and out and you feel like you want to take your own life, you need to get some help. Me too. Let me see your transcript. He needs some help. So make sure you guys are keeping a check on your mental health. If you're a woman that is going through depression, go see your doctor. If you're a man, if you have went through a traumatic experience in life, and if you have went through something that you need to really sit down and talk about, and you get anxiety, then you need to go. If you need to there's nothing wrong with taking medicine to help you. There's nothing wrong with taking medicine. There's nothing wrong with taking medicine. Some people feel like, oh, he crazy because he may have bipolar disorder or he may have a depression. That doesn't make you crazy. You're just going through something and you just need some help to get you through. That's the way I look at it now. And if you need to go to counseling to talk to somebody to work you through those feelings that you have in your mind, there's nothing wrong with that. See, we have to, now I'm going to be honest, in the Black community, and I hate to always come for our community. I'm not coming for our community. I just want you to
Right,
know.
you're absolutely right.
But you can only speak from a Black perspective.
That's
Yeah.
right, because you're Black.
Yeah, and I just don't want to feel like I'm coming for our community. But
No, but sometimes we need to be told. That, like Grandma said we need to be told. Sometimes Grandma sat us down and said, listen, I'm saying this to you with love, baby.
mm-hmm. Well, as I was saying was, I'm not coming. What I'm saying is, we need to stop looking down upon the ones that need the help. If we meet someone that needs the help, get them the help. Don't look over someone needing help, because you're doing more harm than good. Instead of talking about it, do something about it. Talk to them. Be that light for them. Be that shoulder. Stop trying to judge the person and be that light for someone. And that's all I have to say.
Well, just to lighten up the shipro, y'all know that I know about mental health. True, what I tell you. But as transparent as I am today, there was a time in my life before I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder where I was in denial. A friend told me, just you need to go and talk to someone. Of course, being from the Black community, growing up in a family that said what goes on in this family stays on in this family. Shut up. You don't talk about that. I said, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm not crazy. And so, one day I was sitting and watching TV, and it was a commercial. I can't even remember what the commercial was, but I started crying. And every 5 minutes, I just started crying, and I didn't know why I was crying. And so my friend said to me, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I don't know." right then and there, I knew that I had to do something about it. And I sought out therapy. And it was the best thing that I ever did in my whole entire life. That's why I am able to maintain and sustain today. And I'm able to be transparent about my disorder. I have bipolar disorder, and I deal with depression. And I also deal with agoraphobia as well. But that doesn't mean that I'm lesser than anybody else out there. And listen, to you people that do not deal with mental health, just, if you don't deal with mental health, don't be judgmental of mental health. Don't ridicule those that have a mental health issue and you don't know the answers unless you're a psychiatrist or a psychologist, unless you have a degree. You don't know if medication helps. Medication is not for everyone. There's this thinking and this assumption that if you have mental issues, you need medication. I get so infuriated when I hear people say that, and they have no knowledge of what. There's some people that just need therapy. They need to sit and they need to talk to someone, and they need to, just get that out of their system. So we as people need to support one another instead of always putting one another down and not making those that may or may not have a mental issue go to where they need to go to get the help. And to those of you that feel as though you need help, listen, go talk to someone that is unbiased, that will sit and they will listen to you and listen to your story, listen to what you're going through, and then you can proceed from there. That's what happened with me. I saw a psychologist, and he sat and he listened to me, and he was able to refer me to where I needed to go so that I would be able to get the help that I needed. Yes, in the beginning I took medication, but today when I see my psychologist, she gives me the tools that I need to deal with me, because mental health is individual. My plan doesn't work for the next person and the next person and the next person. Everybody's situation is different, but you must start somewhere. You must start somewhere. Seek out information, or with your pastor, with someone that will just sit and they will listen to you. There are places where you can go in your community and get help if you can't pay for services. And even right now in the quarantine, there are places that are offering free mental health services without you, and you don't have to pay anything. So remember that, guys. Go to your local community centers, and if you have a problem and you need to talk to someone, go to a Catholic church, go to a Pentecostal church, go to a Baptist church, talk to a minister that will sit and listen to you. Do what you need to do to take care of you and your health, your mental health, if it is that important to you, and it should be important to you.
You already for me to upset all of y'all?
Oh yeah, go on ahead, Joseph. Go on, tell them. Did you really get rid of it?
Yeah, I'm about to upset all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus ain't gonna fix it, black people.
That's right.
Jesus ain't gonna fix it. Because most of us grew up talking about pray about it and God will make it better.
Mm-hmm. Do I need to put my
time on? Jesus ain't gonna fix it. Jesus will help you fix it, but he ain't gonna fix it.
That's right.
Unless you do what he said. And in the process of doing what he said, say, Lord, you know what? Direct me to the right therapist that can help me. Lord, help this therapy help me. But you just sitting home losing your mind every day saying Jesus gonna fix it? He ain't fixing it. Because you done been sitting there for 14 days saying Jesus gonna fix it, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. Because as black people, that's what we grew up with. That's what our mothers told us. That's what our grandmothers told us. Pray about it, God will fix it. Pray about it, God will fix it.
That ain't gonna work. Not by itself. It ain't gonna work.
You got to show God that you're trying to fix it, and he will then make everything fall into place the way that it should. But you sitting home taking no action is doing nothing for you and doing nothing to fix your problem.
That's right. Do I need to drop
It's
the
just
mic now?
getting
Can I drop
worse
the mic?
and worse and worse. And I'm talking from experience because I know. I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from things that I know. I'm talking from, I kept saying, Jesus will fix it. Jesus will fix it. And the more I sat there basically losing my mind and Jesus wasn't fixing it, I said, you know what? Let me go see a therapist. Does this mean that I don't believe Jesus will fix it? No. It just means that he gonna send me to the right person that can actually help me fix it. And that's exactly what happened. So we have to break a lot of things we were taught as children. We have to go beyond a lot of things that we automatically believe because that's what we were told and go past that and start taking on different, especially black people when it comes to mental health. Because there's a lot of us out there suffering from things that happened to us in our childhood, that our parents did to us, that our brothers and sisters did to us, that we're not having conversations about.
Right.
And the only way to do something is to have a conversation about it. Half of us, people in our families, people that we know are walking around mad at us and we don't even know why. But when you ask them, you know why. I ain't do nothing to you. Oh no, you know why I'm mad. No, I don't. And then they tell you, and you sitting there going, "We were 12." I don't care if we was 12, but you know what you did when you did it, and I'm still mad at it. It's like, okay, we can't do that. But all of that is part of our mental that we got to get better. We can't progress if we still digressing in our mind. So, if you need help or you think you need help, go and get it. You don't even have to leave the house no more. You can actually get therapy sitting at home on your cell phone, like a FaceTime call with a therapist.
You use your cell phone for everything else.
Right.
And the app in the app store on the Android
And
market.
you don't even have to leave the house. You can go sit in a room and talk to the therapist in the comfort of your home. And when you done, say, okay, bye, click and hang up and go back to your regularly scheduled life.
That's right.
I'm done.
The next topic is criteria of becoming president. We're going to start with McRae Kingz on this one and 10 minutes on the timer.
Go.
Well, Monica was actually supposed to cover this because you know what, I really don't know what the criteria is, not like all the full criteria is what the presidency requires. So Monica, could you elaborate on that?
Don't require nothing.
No problem.
That you get on the on the bill and people vote for you. That's all it requires, and you could be the president of the United States.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I have no problem starting first. What I found with my research is to be the president of the United States, you must be born a U.S. citizen. And you have to be at least 35 years old. And if you are not a non-citizen, if you have lived in the United States as a resident and you wasn't born here, you have to be here for 14 years and you can run for president. In my opinion, it needs to be more of a requirement to become the president of the United States. If we require, I feel like this: if we require doctors, lawyers to pass challenging examinations before they are allowed to form their profession, why not require the person that runs the country to have more knowledge on politics and how to run the country because what we got going on right now, I Lord have mercy. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like they need to be psychologically evaluated. They need to have an extensive background check. And really, this should be for any politician because it is some real low down politicians in the Senate now and in Congress. They should be born a resident of the United States for all their life. Not they come to the United States, become a citizen for 14 years, then boom, they can run president. I feel like they should be in the United States all their life. They should rid of themselves of all businesses before taking the office. So that means before you hit the that White House, everything need to be what that you are connected to need to be gone.
Right.
Their code of ethics should be evaluated. The people that are known to cheat others should not hold. The people that are known to cheat others people out of stuff should not should hold the office of the president. They should also do a civic test. It's just as extensive as a person that wants to become a U.S. citizen. So like these people that wants to be a U.S. citizen, they should do another test, a civic test on them to make sure that they are in the right mind to lead the country. And there should be a thorough investigation in the person's tax records. They should release those records or they can't run. And that's all I have to say.
Well, I agree with everything you said. I mean, at this point, if they don't see what just letting any old body become president just because they age and they live here and they're resident, and because this is a whole entire SS.
Okay.
A whole entire SS.
Yes.
We are the laughing stock of the world, not of the entire world. We are the laughing stock. We went from being a nation of powerful,
a
superpower, to being the laughing stock of the entire world.
Yes.
And it makes absolutely no sense.
Yes. Do you know what they're saying about us? The United States, they're saying that we can't be trusted. And at one time we were leaders. We were the leader. We were the leader in the world. And now they're saying that we can't be trusted. Wow, that's a step down. Guys.
Yes, it is.
It's too much. Like the Kanye wanting to be president. Like, are you kidding me?
Let me say this about Kanye.
So you get rid of one dummy
y'all.
and get another dummy that.
No, y'all, Kanye West never wanted to be president. I'm telling you, this is all a publicity stunt for him to get record sales. And really, y'all really need to get with that. Y'all really need to get with that and understand that that's what it's about. Listen, some of these celebrities, they know how to use the media. And this is a media stunt. His whole platform was a media stunt. Kanye, just for instance, the other day when he did his first rally, he knew that he had to turn in his signatures. He never turned in the signatures because he had no intention on running for president. He knew that if he shook things up, that people were going to go out and buy his record. Just like with his church. He talked about how he was so into Christ and so on and so forth. But did you see his last album cover? His last album cover was a picture of what they call the Anunnaki. It has absolutely nothing to do with Christ, guys. It's all a farce. It's all just a game to him. Understand that and know that. He knows that we weren't going to take him seriously. He knows that. He wants to make money. He wants to make money off of his record sales. Even now, the publicity stunt with him and his wife breaking up. It's a publicity stunt. His album drops in, I believe, next week. And you, I'm sorry, excuse my language. Some of you dummies is gonna go out and buy his album. We need to stop standing behind these celebrities that play games with our lives, because that's what he's doing. It's a waste of time playing with our lives. Like I said, and do the research. I'm telling you, do the research. All he had to do was turn in his signatures in that state so that he can get the vote, so that he can get on the ballot. He did absolutely nothing because he had no intentions on running for president. Let's stop these celebrities from doing this stuff. He should be held accountable for that. And I'm sorry, He using mental health. Everybody using mental health as an excuse for Kanye is a bunch of bull. You know what? And I get so mad when people like him, who have a mental issue, use their mental issue as a weapon and not an example to others. It needs to stop. It really needs to stop. He's getting rich off the backs of y'all. Y'all going out and y'all co-signing his mess. And y'all need to stop. I say, just like we muted R. Kelly, we need to mute Kanye West too. He doesn't deserve our attention. We need to turn our backs and act like he does not exist.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't have nothing to say. I was just saying amen.
Mike, bitches. Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Mm-hmm. I'm done.
Did you have?
I was just saying, like, how he said something like about Harriet Tubman, and she was pivotal in our, in our history, in our Black history, and for him to try to say that she brought the other slaves to be slaved by other people, that sounds crazy.
He doesn't believe that.
Absolutely stupid.
Trust me when I tell you, Kanye does not believe that. He knew saying that was going to get him publicity, and it went viral. And I'm telling you, watch. I mark my words. Anybody in the chat, and you people that's sitting here on this panel with me, mark my words. His album sales are gonna go through the roof, just because he went viral and he did that. He's using us. He's using us. And we need to stop co-signing the bullshit. We need to stop co-signing it by contributing to the bullshit. And you are contributing to the bullshit for the sake of listening to him rap. Take a stand. Take a stand sometimes, y'all, on a good note. And turn your backs on Kanye West. He's like a little kid running around with a pop in his mouth. It needs to stop. It needs to stop.
Okay, our next subject is mom life. Mom got 10 minutes on the timer.
Okay, so guys, we're just gonna do this on a positive note. We just, I recently came out with a boutique, and it's called Mom Life. And what Mom Life represents is thinking of another human being before yourself. Mom Life is long and tiring and thankless days that get you up and do whatever is needed for your family. Being a mom, to me, is being the backbone of the family. When your children can come to you and express their feelings, and you do your best to keep them from the feelings of hurt. Being a mom and being about mom life, you work hard, you make sacrifices every day so your children's world can be better. Your mom life is about supporting your children's dreams, their aspirations when no one else will. Mom life defines herself through her motherhood. Mom life is knowing that you are not perfect, not a perfect mom, but you get up each day striving to do the best you can. So that's what mom life means to me. I'm all about my children. My kids are my world, even though they get on my nerves bad and they spoil. But I feel like I am the driven force that's going to help them to become the adults that they will become one day. So as a mother, we have to be that as example. We have to be just as excited about they baseball game. Even though my son, I'm gonna be honest, like my son, even though he played just a little t-ball, but him seeing me there, watching him and cheering him on and telling him how proud I am, that does well for his self-esteem. And it was this video that I seen on Facebook. I think somebody sent it to my inbox. Um, this mother lost her children. Instead of her, see me, if I would have lost my kids, I'll do everything in my power to get my kids back. But this woman, she went on live, and this is what I call ghetto fabulous. I'm gonna be honest and ratchet. She went on the live and she was like, "Yeah, f them kids." I think Joseph, did you see it too?
I sent it to you.
Okay, I thought you sent it to me. Yeah, and she was like, "F them kids." Yeah, they took them. I'm glad they took them. And I was like, "Girl, you don't deserve them kids. They don't deserve you. You don't deserve that unconditional love that kids. Let me tell you something. If you're looking for real love, your kids is gonna give you that unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she probably still don't care, her kids still love her unconditionally. They probably think the world of her, want to be with her. But she's so self. That's why I said when we become a parent, we have to stop thinking of ourselves and stop being selfish and put our kids first. I do stuff as a ritual for me and my children. On Fridays, my kids know that we go to McDonald's and get them a Happy Meal. This girl told me, she said, "Why you do that?" I said, "Because that's something that me and my kids do on Fridays." She was like, "Girl, you better go buy a bag of chicken nuggets and some French fries and cook them in the air fryer." I said, "No, I ain't." I said, "That's something my kids gonna always remember. So when they get older, they be like, 'Mama, you remember you always on Fridays take us to go get us a Happy Meal every Friday?' Like my mom. My mom used to take us to Hardee's when Hardee's used to cook that good chicken, that good peach cobbler. My mom used to, on Fridays or Saturdays, my mama used to take me, my sister, and my brother. We'll go get, on a Saturday, we'll go get that chicken and that peach cobbler, and we'll go to the park. That's creating memories.
Mm-hmm.
So be about your mom life. If you are a mom, be about your mom life. That's all I got to say.
Well, I just have to say this, Monica. I see the brightness in your face when you can make your kids smile. For those of you that did not see Monica last week celebrate her daughter's birthday and how she was just so elated and so humbled by all the love that people that didn't even know her personally gave to her. She had subscribers, send Barbie dolls. People were sending money. They bought little Jayla a camper. And Monica, personally, on a personal level, I see her when she talks about her children. When we on the phone, we having conversations. I just see this brightness in her, this light in her when she talks about how much she loves and cares about her children and how they're the most important thing to her in her whole entire life. I happen to have two sisters that have children. One of my sisters has 10 children. And my sister, I'm telling you, the way she nurtured her children, she never let nobody babysit her children. She always had her children with her.
That's how it should be.
And let me just say this about parents. Parents, let me just say this. It is sometimes not cool to choose a favorite child and leave another child by the wayside and having them thinking that the one gets more love than the other. You have to be careful and mindful of how you nurture your children, because if you're not, those children grow up, and at a young age you may potentially be setting something in them that will affect them for the rest of their lives.
Right.
And also remember, dads can be mom life too. There are dads out there that are being mom and dad as well. And we're not just talking about single mothers. We're talking about mothers, husbands, and they have families that they're raising. They're stay-at-home moms, or they're going out and they're working and they're making sure when they come home they cook dinner. They're helping their children with their homework, and even now more than ever, There are moms and dads out there that are spending more time with their children. And in the midst of this quarantine, take the time out to spend more time with your children and nurture them. That's what mom life is about. You got anything to say, Joyce?
No, 'cause,
yeah, we are dad to the little monster right here. Mr. Joe.
Don't do Jamel. Don't do Jamel.
Oh, he over here cutting up, looking for candy.
Monica, did you put up your mom life link in the chat for them?
Oh no, I did. Let me go get it.
Yes, make sure you do that. Make sure you put your mom life link, guys, and go over to Monica's boutique. What is the name of your boutique, Monica?
It's MJJ family. It's Mom Life Boutique. It's Mom Life. It's Mom
Okay.
Life Boutique.
Yes. And Monica, make sure you put the link in the comment section so everybody will be able to go over there and take a look at all the great merchandise that she has over there. I believe, Monica, you have coffee mugs and you have T-shirts.
Yeah, if you want to get a sticker of Jamel and Jayla, you can.
Mm-hmm. And y'all need to watch MJ&J Family Mukbangs. Those kids Monica got, oh, they are holla, honey. They will have you in stitches, especially that little Jayla. Knocking over the camera, throwing the juice box, all kinds of stuff. One time, oh God, the one when they locked her out of the house, that was a key. Jayla said, "Mama!" Woo!
Jamel, that wasn't a video. That was just us on the phone.
I know that wasn't the video. I was just bringing
And for the month of August, right, Blog? For the month of August, we are teaming up with Blogs and Fiction, and we are going to be supporting Mom Life.
Yeah.
So, because we're supporting Mom Life, what y'all are going to have to do is the same thing you're doing to win the Chromebook. You're going to have 3 questions to answer from 3 of Monica's videos. And we're going to do it like every other month. It'll be twice. And if you answer the questions all correctly from the McRae, Kingz, and Blogs and Fiction, you will win a crown.
yes, a beautiful
crown.
Y'all.
Yes, you will.
So look out for that in the beginning of August.
Yes, stay tuned.
And we will be announcing the videos that you have to watch, and then you have to send us the answers, and we'll give you all the details. But just so you guys know, that will be coming up, and you will win a beautiful crown. Whether you're a man or a woman, you will get the appropriate crown. So if you're a man, you will not get a tiara, although some people need a tiara. You will get the proper crown.
Yes, you know what? The McRae Kingz, let's add a king and queen ring to that. What do you think? We can add a king and queen ring to that prize as well. So you'll have a beautiful king or queen ring to match the beautiful crown or tiara that you will receive if you win the contest.
Wow.
It's the least that we could do.
Okay. Next topic, I guess.
So we're going to open up for any questions you guys have on any of the topics for a few minutes before Monica gives us the synopsis for tonight.
Oh, look, I don't forget everything that got out. Okay, so the first thing we did talk about, guys, is we talked about. Did we talk about police? I'm went blank. Oh God, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So-
Getting the word out to vote, politics.
Yeah, vote. Okay. So the first thing we did, we was talking about voting. We need to always know that we need to always exercise our right to vote.
Mm-hmm.
If Blogs put in the chat, Blogs, do you mind putting it down again?
Yes, I sure will. Vote.org.
Yes, the .org where you can go and register to vote. So there should be no excuse, guys, while we're not getting out there and exercising our right to vote. Rain, sleet, or snow, go vote. Now, in a tornado, that's questionable.
They more like a tornado.
If it ain't by the polling place, just still go.
Exactly. And then we talked about police brutality. So always, guys, always try to be. How can I put this? Yes, there are good and bad cops, but we have to hold ourselves as a standard on the standard and teach our children to be at a standard to where how we deal with a cop when we get pulled over. Hold yourself accountable and hold yourself at a standard. So, guys, talk to your children about how to deal with a police officer when they get pulled over. The third thing was, when the third, I'm sorry, blog. I know I should just let you just.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say them before you give them. Let's do that.
Oh, thank you. Because we done talked about a lot.
Yeah.
So the third thing is Black Lives Matter. Please know that yes, all Black lives matter, but as well, guys, everyone life matters as well. And we, as a Black community, if we want our lives to matter, we have to act like our lives matter. And that means stop killing each other. Stop being against each other. Stop tearing each other down. Support Black-owned businesses. Support each other. Lift each other up. The pro marching and protesting, that was fine. Don't loot. Don't do no looting. Don't burn down nothing. Burning down communities. And then the crazy part about it, you burn down your own community. That's the crazy part. So stop looting and be about what Martin Luther King was about. Peacefulness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The next one is mental health.
Always, if you need the help, get the help. And like Joseph said, God ain't gonna fix it, especially if it's getting worse. Get the help that you need.
The next one was criteria in becoming president.
We need to. I feel like I would just say, we need to change the criteria to where it needs to be a more vexing process. We need to vex more when it comes to allowing someone to run for president. You need to vex them more. I'll say that.
Okay, and guys, we are open for questions for a few minutes. If you have any questions for Monica or the McRae Kingz.
Are we opening the link? Are we putting the link in the chat?
I can put the link in the chat.
You just love people to come up on the line.
Mm-hmm. Love people.
Let's engage. Don't be saying.
There is the link, guys.
Don't be sitting up there saying something, Joseph.
I'm sitting up there saying something now. I want to hear from the sitting up there saying something. Crowd up there
in the bush. In the bush.
Come on down and stop sitting up there saying something and let your voice be heard.
Love King said this was so good. Come through, TBT squad. You're always amazing. You're looking like a song.
Thank you, Love King. Thank you. The link is in the chat, guys. If you want to come on, I'll let you come on. If you have a question for us, we'll be more than happy to answer the question for you.
I just want to say thank everybody for coming tonight, and thank you for joining us for this panel. It was awesome. I feel like, we covered a lot of topics. And also, thank you, Monica and the McRae for having me as your host.
You're welcome.
Yes, and we thank you, Blogs. We really thank you for hosting for us. Whenever we came to you and we asked you to do this, you didn't hesitate to say yes.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate that, and we are humbled by that. We are, the TBT squad is truth be told, and we love to just exude positivity. And we like to affiliate ourselves with people that are positive, and you are one of those people that have always been in our corner and for positivity, and we love you for that.
I love you guys too, and thank you so much, Love Kingz and Kelly Girl. Thank you. Kelly Girl said, "I love y'all energy, nothing but love."
Oh, we love y'all too. I know. I'll tell Isabella and Isabella Izzy that we all say hello.
Yes, thank you, Love Kingz. We appreciate you. Thank you all for joining us. We really, really are humbled by this, and I'm so glad that we were able to come together and have this conversation. This is the beginning.
Yes,
this is the beginning, and we need to do this more.
And I want to just say shout out to Alisa Middleton. She was supposed to be our special guest, but unfortunately, her nephew died, so she was unable to make it with us. But me and Tremaine are going to have her on our platform. She didn't want to back out. She asked me, would it be okay? I told her, of course, because you can't control stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I told her that we'll have her on our platform when she's ready. And then she can give you guys more information about what she does with the Black Coalition and Black Lives Matters and stuff like that.
So our condolences to you, Alicia. Our condolences to you. And thank you for being professional and letting us know.
Right.
What you're going through, we really do appreciate you. If you should happen to listen to this at another time, thank you so much, and thank you so much for even just saying yes to being on the panel. Where we feel bad that you weren't able to make it, but we are most excited about you joining us again. And this is not the last panel that the TBT squad will be doing, guys. So spread the word about the TBT squad. Are we gonna talk about the TBT squad anymore a little? Or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, of course, you guys know who the TBT squad is. That's Monica, the MJ&J family, and also the McRae Kingz. And we come on weekdays at 11 a.m. The McRae Kingz. TBT squad starts off with Monica of MJ&J, and she comes on and gives her daily tips. She gives you your early morning breakfast, if you may, something for you to ponder over for the rest of the day, that positivity that some of you may need to start your day. Join Monica. Monica comes on at 8 a.m., right, Monica? Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We do say Central Standard Time because that is the time zone that she is in. Followed by the McRae Kingz. We come on at 11:15 a.m. every morning, and we love for you to join us. We love and guys, both for all our platforms, although they're different, they are the same because we do inspire. That's what the TBT squad is about. That's what Truth Be Told is. We inspire, we encourage, we motivate, and we love. We do nothing but spread love. You ain't gonna get no beef here. You ain't gonna get no ratchet, and you ain't gonna get no. You might get a little clatchet, classy ratchet.
True,
but our heart is in the right place.
Yes,
right,
always.
Right, because we understand that there are people out there that need to hear the message that we bring to them on a daily basis.
We ain't sitting there saying something. We in your face.
That's right. And we appreciate all of you. We appreciate those people in the bushes. We tell y'all to bring y'all blankets and y'all picnic baskets and y'all little lunch, y'all little sandwiches y'all can eat on, and bring your little drink. But don't step on my flowers. Leave my flowers alone out there in the bushes. And you people up there sitting up there saying something, we even encourage y'all to come on down. Come on down.
You guys,
let your voice be heard. comments. We appreciate every comment, both positive and negative. No, if you leave a negative comment, we do read those, but it goes in this ear and it comes out of that ear. You will get no response. You will get what? BLOCK. Because we about positivity over here. Remember, you get what you get.
Mm-hmm.
We have nights at our round table, and trust me, our nights do not play. Our nights protect us. Not only do they protect the McRae King, but they protect blogs and fiction, and they also protect MJ and J family. So tread lightly, and be nice, be sweet, and don't get beat.
Oh,
okay. That's what the TBT squad stands for. We have fun over here. We laugh, we cry together. We give positivity to one another. We uplift one another. If that's
and I love. Go ahead.
Come over here to the TBT squad and join us every morning. And I'm telling you, you're gonna get your coffee, you're gonna get your breakfast, you're gonna get a little bit of lunch sometimes, because we stay on sometimes for 2 and 3 hours at a time. Okay. So remember that. Join us in the morning. Join the TBT squad in the morning.
Tomorrow morning, to be exact.
That's right. We'll be here tomorrow morning.
I will be too.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate to interrupt you, Tramel. I hope I ain't interrupting you. I like the fact that we all can be transparent.
Yes.
I love the fact that we all can be transparent and letting people know what we have been through and try to inspire the next person not to go through the things that we have went through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what draw people to us because we're transparent. People don't want to hear foolery. I'm gonna be real. People don't want to hear foolery. They want to hear the truth. And that's what people are seeking nowadays.
Right.
That's all I have to say.
Positive said, "Great job, everyone. Hopefully, this won't be the last forum."
It won't be.
It won't.
Like a tornado, girl.
That's right. Like a tornado, whipping our hair back and forth.
Yes. Good News says you're welcome, and she's praying for our special guest we were supposed to have tonight. And Trish said that she is going to do the replay.
Thank you, Trish.
Yes, and that's about it, guys. If you have any last things that you wanted to say before we close out.
Yes, I want to say this. I want to say, Monica, you guys support Monica, y'all. Bless Monica if you can. If you can bless her with a small cash app, because this is her platform. Bless her with a small cash app, a $5 cash app, a $10 cash app, because Monica works hard and she don't never ask nobody for nothing. So if you can bless her tonight, her cash app is right up there. Monica, tell them what your cash app is.
It's J&J Mom 18.
Yes, and so make sure that even if you don't do it as you're on the as we're on right now, if you are one of those contributors that move in silence, bless Monica with a little something. And that's what I have to say.
Like, thank you, Tramel. Like, this is love. This is all love.
That's how it's supposed to be. Love.
That's right.
So I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for coming on to this panel. I've been praying about this panel all day, and I thank God that it's so successful. I want to cry because it was so good.
It was good. It was good.
I know my mama rolling her eyes at me.
Blogs crying.
You know I will cry.
Look, that's how it was last week. Last week I started crying, and then y'all went live last Saturday, and then y'all were crying. And I was like, "Oh, we just got to get together."
But that's what it's all about. We can be transparent, and we can do that. We can share that. We can share a good cry with one another and comfort one another when one needs to be comforted. We can do that. That's the great thing about the TBT squad, is that it's real. We bring the realness over here. This ain't fake. This ain't phony. We don't plan this. We let the spirit lead us. We really do. We don't talk, like me and Joseph. We don't talk about what we gonna talk about before we come on. We just let the spirit lead us, and we just, whatever comes out, and that's it.
Wow. And
my mom is BJ's good news. Ignore her.
I was about to read it. I know that's your mom. I was connected to her.
Because I know she just rolling her eyes in the room. My kids in the room with her, so I know she rolling her eyes and be like, "Lord, here she go with this crime."
He says he loves you all. Positive is sharing the Cash App. Trish says yes, and we don't get mad at constructive criticism.
No.
KBT. Yes.
No, not at all. Like Tremel has kept it real with me off script so much. And I don't even get offended because I know Tremel is coming from a good place.
Yeah.
And that's what type of person you want. That's what type of people you will want
in your life.
Yeah. Right. You don't want those people that's always looking for something back when they do something for you. You always want to connect to those people that has as like-minded and has the same heart as you.
Yes, and I love you, Monica. You are my
I love you too.
You are my sister. You really are my sister. I love you.
You're gonna start crying. It's gonna be a change.
I ain't gonna start crying. I ain't gonna start crying.
You guys.
I felt a tear coming out. Just sucked it back.
Me too. But I love you and Joseph. Joseph is like the person I gossip with all day.
Rest assured, when this is over with, all three of us, we're going to be on the phone talking to each other. So, that's the kind of family we are. That's the kind of family we are. We're a tight family here. I love Monica. She's my baby sister. I call her my baby sister. Blogs and Fiction is my sister. That's my beautiful sister. Both of my sisters are beautiful. Look how beautiful they are tonight. Look at
thank you. Don't make me shame, man. Don't make me shame.
Listen, I love it, Monica. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Evolved into something. Monica calls me all the time and asks me for advice, and every time I give her my advice, she follows my advice. And look at her. If you look at some of her prior videos versus looking at her videos now, every time she comes back on, she gets brighter and beautiful, more beautiful, and more brighter and more beautiful every single time. And I love that you are growing. I love letting people see the happiness and look at that beautiful smile. I love you.
Yes.
I love you. I love you so much. And Blogs,
I love you too.
You know, Blogs, we love you, girl.
Love y'all too.
Thank you so much. We really
thank you. So welcome.
Being a supporter of ours, just being one of those people in the comment section that listens, that are inspired by our words. We appreciate you and we are humbled by you. Thank you so much.
So welcome.
Yes, thank you, Blogs. Thank you so much.
It means to us that you did this for us. We really do appreciate you and Nick. And Nick, you still owe me a dance.
I'm surprised he don't got that wig on tonight.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn.
That wig trumps everything. You hear me? That
trumps
everything. Thank you, Trisha.
Oh, my Lord have mercy.
So I think that is it for tonight, guys. This was a success. We're getting a lot of good comments in the chat saying that this was amazing. A lot of people loved it tonight. And guys, thank you so much for coming out and spending time with us tonight. This was awesome. You guys have a blessed evening.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. 11:15. That's right. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning.
Don't forget to join me. Blogs, you going live?
Well, I'm going live on tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you later.